Hello, everybody. Come on in. I just wanted to hop on and give a quick update on the Madison school shooting. Um, and overnight, there's been a little more coming out about um, the person who did this. And she was a 15-year-old girl. Her name was Natalie Rupnow. She didn't like that name. She went by Samantha. This is kind of a picture of her in happier days. It seems like looked like she was really happy playing with her dogs. Here's another picture of her. That one to me is kind of scary. Um, but this all happened at the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison. And a teacher and a student, along with Natalie, lost their lives. 6 others were injured. 2 were able to go home last night. 2 are still in critical condition. So we need to, keep praying for the victims of this. But I kind of wanted to go into what do we know about Samantha, Natalie, whatever you want to call her, I guess. There's been rumors out there that she was trans. I don't know if that's true. But you know what, guys? That particular piece of information doesn't matter. What matters is what was on her mind that she would go do this, right? One of the things that I did find, I believe it was on X, is this. Women are the only hope for this wretched world, but even women have been brainwashed by moids for too long. They've internalized the patriarchy and turned on each other, always begging for male approval and validation. It's disgusting. I realize the truth. Men are irredeemable. Radford Hitler is effing vindicated now. Some of this just doesn't make any sense to me. They can't be reformed or redeemed. They're a effing scourge upon the earth. The only solution is to totally exterminate them and every foid who worships these effing parasites. Every single male must be wiped out, from babies to the elderly. Only then can women be free to create a new world. I'll be a pioneer. I'll be the first to take the first step. I don't care if they're fathers, brothers, husbands, sons, teachers, police. And especially, I'm not even going to say that word. It's ridiculous. Or politicians. I've been craving to unalive them all. This is my mission. Only when their parasitic sludge has been expunged from this earth is when then the world will be clean and women can start over. It's the only way. In approximately 10 minutes, I should be gone. It's strange, but it feels good. There was another 3-page manifesto. I saw it online. I'm not certain that I can show it. And I don't want to. I guess I showed this one to say that obviously anyone who does this has some mental health problems, right? I mean, it's been the way. We know that from past incidents of this kind of violence. There's been a mental health struggle every single time. People will tell you it's a gun problem, whatever. I'll just be honest with you guys. I am not for total gun control, okay? I live in a state where men go out hunting and they use the vends and to feed their families. Okay. So I am not for total gun control. I will say this: assault rifles, which was not used here, there's not a reason for them except in the military. Okay. They should not be able to be bought on the open market at all. Extra things to make regular normal guns into assault weapons, I don't believe that stuff should be sold either. But this is my opinion, okay? Guns don't take lives, and I know this is cliche at this point, but people do, and it's true. The bottom line is mental health. And it's something that our nation needs to get under control, people. This young girl had some issues. You could see by what I just read. She had some real issues going on. I mean, she was racist. She was a feminist. All these things that you could gather from that short or long paragraph. She needed help. She was in a Christian school. I don't understand. I don't. I don't get it. The other part of me is she hated men so much. And one of the things I wondered about, and the media hasn't brought it up yet, but was it only males? Did she target males? I don't know. Just a thought. This is all alleged. I do want to share something with you that kind of talks about her a little bit. The police aren't sharing a lot of things as yet, but I expect they're going to have another update today at 1:00, so I expect more later. But let's watch this one.
We are a community whose hearts are broken on tonight. We pray for.
But first tonight at 9, Madison, Wisconsin, reeling, the community coming together for a prayer vigil tonight following a school shooting that left 3 dead. Among them, a teacher, a student, and the suspected shooter. 6 others were also injured. Just minutes ago, Madison police provided yet another update.
Our Rob Olson was there tonight and joins us live. So, Rob, what is the new information?
Well, one thing, too, is you showed that prayer vigil that was occurring tonight. The police chief said that the school remains closed. Both the building and the property around it was aware that people had been wanting to hold vigils at the school, but he said for now that will not be allowed. It is still an active crime scene. He also did tell us that the shooter is, in fact, a 15-year-old female student at the school, and he talks about, too, the quickness of the response. The 911 call that came at 10:57, that they responded a few minutes later, and a few minutes after that, they made entry into the school, not knowing what was going on, but they did not wait to basically put themselves together outside, as there had been criticism certainly down in Uvalde, Texas. They went in quickly, but one of the chilling things here is when he told us who made that 911 call.
10:57 a.m. A second grade student called 911 to report a shooting had occurred at school. Don't let that soak in for a minute. A second grade student called 911 at 10:57 a.m.
That's horrible, guys. Second grader. Can you imagine? These children should not be exposed to this kind of violence, this kind of fear. It breaks my heart. It really does. It breaks my heart. I have grandchildren, And, they're not very far away from this, where this happened, actually. And it scares me for my grandbabies. The way that the world is now and how quickly young people with mental health issues are turning to violence as the answer. We've got to help our children. We've got to do something. It's not about guns. It's about mental health. If there's anything that I could get across to anybody, it's about mental health. It is.
To report a shooting at school.
And he told us the shooting happened in a classroom. This was a study hall of mixed grade levels in there. What's still hospitalized tonight, that there have been 6 hospitalized. 2 of them have been treated and released. There are 2 students who are in stable condition, and a teacher and a student who remain in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. Now, of course, all those students today taken to a different place, a medical clinic in town that shut down and served as a holding spot for those students, and a reunification center for parents to come there. But again, the chief identifying the shooter is a 15-year-old female student. Take a listen.
People, including the shooter, are dead. The shooter has now been identified as 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, who went by the name Samantha. She was a student at the school, and evidence suggests she died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The official...
Yeah, of course, he said the medical examiner makes that ultimate determination of self-inflicted, but he said the evidence at the scene really indicated this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound by this 15-year-old female, Natalie Rupnow, who goes by the name Samantha. Now, again, and the 2 dead here are 1 student and 1 teacher. Their identities have not been released yet. Now, some questions, too, about a alleged manifesto being circulated on parts of social media, and he said they're aware of that, and he's shared that with their investigative partners here, which do include the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, here too. They have not authenticated anything there, but they are looking into it. They're yet to do also a search warrant on the home of the shooter here, and the chief earlier had said the family was very cooperative here as investigators work at really what happened here, why it happened. And the other question that he was not able to answer yet is what kind of handgun and where it came from. Live in Madison, Wisconsin, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, Rob, thank you. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have another live report from Madison.
Okay. So, they said that the parents of Samantha are cooperating. I did see a picture of them breaking down the door and searching a house, and looks like a lot of damage to the front of the house. They were putting in flashbangs, that kind of thing. So I don't know if the parents weren't answering the door to begin with, or maybe they weren't home. I don't know. But police are saying that they are being very cooperative now, which is always a good thing, right? I just, cannot understand how these things keep happening, and I'm sure many of you don't understand it either, but we need, if you know of anybody who is having a mental health crisis, please help them, talk to them, get them to dial 988. It's a suicide and crisis lifeline, guys. You can text, you can call, you can chat. We need to start helping the people around us when we see something. It's a saying in the true crime community: if you see something, say something. And it matters more, especially for the mental health of the people around us. We need to do better as a society. We need to help people. We need to help people who are struggling, right? So, as I've been doing this recording, I've decided not to share this alleged manifesto with you guys, because I don't know that it really is Samantha. It says so, but there are so many people out there that make up things, and I just don't want to facilitate anything like that could be false information, right? We do know that she left one on Google Docs, but she didn't. She forgot to make it available to the public. So, unless someone was able to figure out the password or whatever to get in, I'm just not so sure that, it was from her, unless she shared it with someone else. I know there was another young man online who was defending her and defending what she did and saying that, everyone made her feel hated and, that kind of thing. And there's also someone else who locked her social media accounts before the police did. And we don't know if it's that person, but that person also made their own account private. So I'm sure that the police are looking into all of this, guys, and they will get to the bottom of it. Will we know all? I don't know. I don't know. But I know that there's more to come. And I really, really hope and pray. All we can do is pray for all the victims, the 6 people who were wounded, and their families, the families of the teacher and the other student who passed away, Natalie's family, who is dealing with some very hard things. I can't imagine being the parent of a child who has caused such violence, right? I can't imagine how that would feel. They're hurting too, as well as everyone else who witnessed this. I mean, I'm talking all the rest of these children, the little girl, the little 2-year-old, I don't know if it was a little girl, child who called 911. What did that little person see? All the children that were subjected to this, what they're going to live with for the rest of their lives. And to me, it's just very, very sad. The first responders who came, it has to be hard on them. So let's lift the entire community and all these people up in prayer, okay? I want to thank you guys for being here, for coming in, for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're usually on every night at 6 p.m. Central Time, live. We talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. And so I'd love to see you there. Come on in, be a member. Granny goes live on screen for our members only lives, and we have a lot of fun during those. So I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at grannyscrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.